Thanks for joining us here on WCI TV, sponsored by Tower MSA Partners. I'm your host, Bob Fryer, and today we are joined by Teresa Williams and Chris Pricco. Teresa is one of the co-founders, managing partner, I guess, at HomeCare Connect, and Chris is the Chief Networks and Operations Officer at Paradigm, correct?
Yes.
Big doings last week, the big announcement that Paradigm was going to be taking over, correct? HomeCare Connect. What is that strategic acquisition going to mean for Paradigm?
Yeah, it's a very exciting time for us, partnering with HomeCare Connect. As you know, these relationships require a lot of due diligence and a lot of planning, and we've been going through that process with HomeCare Connect over the last several months, but we really believe it was a good combination, the two companies, in terms of the product sets that we both have. They're very complementary, and just in terms of the philosophy of both of the organizations. We're both very interested in driving accountable outcomes for these populations. We both have very much of a clinical orientation and approach to the market. So the companies fit together both philosophically very nicely, and also from a service set standpoint. There wasn't much overlap, and they were very complementary. And I think going forward, we'll be able to really demonstrate that to the market.
And Teresa, for HomeCare Connect, what's it going to mean for you all?
Well, it's just a perfect complement together. It's such an incredible strategic partnership. We worked with Paradigm for several years and actually provide some of the care to their catastrophic files. And so to move one step further is even, I think, a greater opportunity for us. And as Chris said, we are all about clinical outcomes and clinical-driven outcomes. And so we believe this partnership couldn't be any better than what it is.
Let me read off some of these additions because there's so many. Home health, DME, prosthetics, home modifications, and IV therapy. How are they going to complement Paradigm's existing products?
Yeah, so Paradigm's existing products are in the areas of catastrophic care management. We really focus, a lot of our company focuses on very catastrophic cases, complex type cases, in many cases where we take the financial risk transfer for those cases. We also focus on complex case management, both field as well as telephonic case management. And then we also, the third area is specialty networks. So what this does is it adds a fourth product suite to our company, all about home care. And all of the things you just read off are all the various specific products that HomeCare Connect has in their arsenal around home care. But it's really exciting to move further into home care, just given where the market's going, given what the workers want in terms of care. They want care at the home. They want that convenience, that familiarity. And to be able to add those services to what we already have, again, complements very nicely.
Teresa, would you like to address that as well?
Yes, I think one of the most important things in workers' comp is continuity of care, and that's what this will bring. It's a continuum of care from start to finish with regards to the injured worker, from the time and date of injury to the completion of care. And so it just, all of these services complement one another, and it just runs the gamut in the full continuum of care, which is better for the injured worker all around.
And you know, Teresa, I think you just addressed it, but the real main issue here is, how does this affect the injured worker? How do these combined forces benefit the injured worker in the long run?
Yeah, you want to start with that?
Well, you know, it's interesting. From the very beginning, HomeCare Connect has taken a holistic approach to taking care of the injured worker, which is much like what Paradigm has done in the past as well. And so we complement one another because of that. And so from the very beginning, when the file or the case is assigned to a catastrophic care manager, that care is going to stay consistent with them throughout the course of treatment. They're not jumping around. There's not different people doing different things. It's one continuum of care, which brings quality to the table for the injured worker too.
Chris?
Yeah, you know, from the worker's standpoint, you know, home care is where things are moving. And the more you can do at home, not just for the worker and the benefit of the worker, but also the payer of the service, whether that's an insurance carrier or an employer, it becomes more important because in general, it's a lower cost site of care than certainly in a hospital or a physician's office or other areas. So it really is good for everybody in the scheme of things, and that's really what we're trying to drive.
Well, to quote Casablanca, it looks like the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Teresa and Chris, thank you for coming in today. Great. We are going to have a lot more interviews throughout the week here on WCI TV, again sponsored by Tower MSA Partners. I'm your host, Bob Fryer. Thanks so much for joining us.